You wake up in a room without windows. The air is stale. Your clothes have changed. A number on your chest. You are not alone. Inspired by the choices in Squid Game, let's run a mental simulation. A game of survival, not of strength, but of decision. Would you survive? You blink slowly. Harsh fluorescent lights hum above. You're in a bunk room surrounded by strangers. Everyone looks confused, scared. A voice crackles through a hidden speaker. "Welcome, players." Your heartbeat spikes. You've signed up or maybe been pulled in for something deadly. The rules are unclear, but one thing is certain. Survival has a price. The voice continues. You may leave if the majority agrees, but if you stay every round, someone dies. Gasps echo. Some plead to go home. Others stay silent. Then, vote now. You have 10 seconds. Leave or stay and risk it all for a life-changing reward? Make your first decision. You glance around, eyes darting. One man shouts, "We can win this! Don't quit!" Another sobs, begging to leave. You're asked to press a button. Red to stay, blue to leave. Your hand hovers. What do you value more, freedom or the unknown? The room shifts. Walls part. You're led into a vast arena. A child's voice echoes, "Red light, green light." People laugh nervously until the first one moves on red and falls, dead. The game is real. Do you freeze or do you run like hell? Your instincts clash. Run or freeze. Your breath is loud. You feel exposed. Green light, you sprint. Red light, you stop mid-breath. A woman beside you flinches. She doesn't survive. You whisper internally, "This isn't a game, it's a test." The survivors stagger back to the bunk room. Fewer now. Someone vomits. Another curses the organizers. You sit silently, trembling. One player whispers, "It's just beginning." You've passed the first test, but what's the next? During the night, alliances form. A man named Jay offers you protection. "You look smart," he says. "We stick together, or we die alone." Do you trust him? Or keep to yourself, afraid of betrayal? Choose your bond. At breakfast, the food is limited. Too limited. Chaos brews. Fists fly. You see a woman steal 2 trays. She meets your eyes. Do you report her or cover for her? Loyalty, justice, survival. What matters now? You enter a new chamber. 2 rows of glass tiles stretch across a chasm. One tile holds, one shatters. You must cross. Only way forward is one step at a time. A player is pushed. Would you push someone to survive? A player in front hesitates. The timer ticks. You're behind him, and behind you is someone impatient. You feel their hand on your back. If you don't act, you might be pushed next. What do? The group meets to vote someone out. No game, just raw elimination. Majority rules. One player will be removed. They plead their case. You're asked to vote. On what grounds? Weakness? Suspicion? Can you justify your choice? You face a room of mirrors. The challenge. Tell a truth about yourself you've never admitted. If the sensor detects a lie, you're shocked. Lie again, and you die. You're called forward. Can you speak your truth? You stare at your reflection. The game host asks, "What is your greatest regret?" Your mouth is dry. You think of debts, betrayals, mistakes. Say it out loud or die pretending. You're given marbles, 10 each. Rules: take them all from your partner by any means. Deceive, bluff, play fair. Your opponent is Jay, the one who trusted you. Would you betray him to survive? Jay smiles. Let's make it fair. But you know he's lying. Your gut says he'll turn on you the second he can. Do you go first and try to win cleanly? Or set a trap? You catch him bluffing. You turn it back. Win all the 10th of March bless. He looks stunned, hurt. You say nothing. But inside, something breaks. Is survival worth the cost of trust? Screams. The lights go dark. Players are turning on each other. An unofficial culling. You grab something sharp and hide. Someone nearby is crying, begging. Do you help them or stay hidden? Helping others means risk. Staying silent means guilt. But fewer players means better odds. You tell yourself, this isn't cruelty, it's statistics. Do you still believe it? You're handed a sugar wafer. You must carve out a perfect shape with a needle without breaking the candy. One crack equals elimination. Pressure mounts. Hands tremble. Your shape is the umbrella. Patience or panic? You hear a snap. Someone broke theirs. The guards drag them out. You glance at your candy. A small fracture. Did anyone see? Do you hide it or confess? Even truth has a cost here. At night, a masked figure slips into your bunk. Not a player, not quite a guard. They offer you a deal. Sabotage one person tomorrow, and you skip the next game. It's a guaranteed advantage. But someone else will pay. Would you take it? You agree. You slip the item into someone's coat pocket, just as instructed. They're chosen randomly for inspection. They scream as they're dragged away. You sit numb. Are you still you? Or has the game changed you completely? New twist. Each remaining player sees a screen. On it, someone they love. You see yours. The game master speaks. Give up half your prize or they enter the game. The others are watching. What do you decide? You raise your voice. I'll give it up. There's a pause. Then a chuckle from the speaker. Interesting. Noted. The screen goes dark. They never said if it was a test. But how will they use this against you? It's you versus another player. The group votes on who continues. You can campaign, lie, plead, threaten, or stay silent, keep your dignity. The vote begins. Do you play politics or play yourself? You lose by one vote. You're taken to a chamber. Then, it was a test. They let you live. But now you know, they're watching more than actions. They're testing human nature. And now, they know yours. A narrow beam, 50 feet above a concrete floor. You must cross. No rails. One by one, players fall. You step forward. Wind, height, death beneath. What do you focus on? Fear or your goal? The player ahead loses balance, screams, gone. You feel their fall in your bones. Suddenly, your foot slips. You catch the edge, hang, dangle. No one helps. You must pull yourself up or let go. In your bunk, sleep avoids you. You hear someone sobbing quietly. You recognize the voice. You help get them here. They don't know. Do you confess or bury the guilt deeper? One last truth game. This time, The question, who did you become in here? Do you answer honestly? Do you even know the answer anymore? 2 players remain. You and one more. You're told, fight. One wins, one dies. The other player, your first friend here. You both hesitate. What is a life worth, yours or theirs? They lower their weapon. I won't do it. You lower yours too. Silence. Then both of you lose. Guards enter. You're being dragged away. But something's changed. You chose not to kill. On the way out, the game master speaks privately. Very few make that choice. Most kill. He hands you a card. Want to help us build the next game? Tempting, isn't it? You look at the card, then throw it to the floor. You don't want power. You want peace. Even if you're broke, scarred, at least you still feel human. You're dropped off in your old neighborhood. No fame, no fortune. No one knows what you've been through. You stare at the sky. It feels quieter. But you hear it. The game never ends. Weeks later, a letter arrives. No return address. Inside, a marble. Your hand trembles. Is it a threat? A memory? Or an invitation? Would you ever go back? You stare into a mirror. You see your old self and something new. What did the game really test? Your body? Your will? Or the limits of your morality? You realize the real game wasn't the glass tiles or marbles. It was you. Your choices. Your lies. Your silence. That's what they watched. That's what they judged. You notice strangers on the street. Their eyes, their desperation. You wonder, are they in a game too? Have they been tested? Will they be? You find it in your mailbox. Just your name. Inside, a question. Do you think you're still the same person? No instructions. No reply address. Just a question. And now it haunts you. You walk past a bus stop. A man in a suit slaps a young guy across the face in a game. You freeze. You've seen this before. But you keep walking. You're not part of it anymore, right? At night, when it's silent, you hear it. The rules, the votes, the screams. Not real, just memory. But they stay. And part of you still whispers. You survived. You won. But did you? Did you really win anything? Or just outlive better people? That's the hardest question. And no one, not even you, has the answer. You see a man on the train, red suit, black briefcase. You look away, but your pulse races. A part of you wants to follow. Why? Was it real? Were you chosen? Did people really die? Or was it a test of another kind, mental, moral, metaphysical? The game never gives answers, only choices. Now, listener, you've played the thought experiment. You've made your choices, felt the tension, weighed the ethics. So here's the final question. Would you survive the game? Let that sit for a moment. Not every game is visible. Not every rule is told. And not every player knows they're being tested. What choices would you make if no one was watching, but the consequences were real? The same distorted voice from the beginning returns. It whispers, "Thank you for playing." Then, silence. But your mind keeps racing. Was this fiction or something more? You open your eyes. Your room, your life. Everything feels the same but different. You hear a soft marble clink against the floor. You didn't drop it. Or did you? You've just walked through a mental labyrinth, made impossible choices, crossed ethical tightropes. Thanks for listening. If this episode made you feel something, anything, hit like, subscribe to Buzz Whispers, and share this experience. Because of the real game is how we think when we're alone.